Hi, welcome to Wholeheartedly for the Lord Bible Journaling with Sherry. Today's process video will be from Print, Pray, and Slay. These cute, beautiful giraffes. I came across a devotional in Our Daily Bread, which you know I like to read, which really inspired me. I have done this verse before in Deuteronomy chapter 31, I believe it is verses 6 and 8. And it says, "Be strong and courageous. Do not be afraid or terrified." And I really wanted to do this because the name of the Our Daily Bread devotional is called Standing with Courage. And as you know, I love giraffes. I just think they're so beautiful and there's something regal about them. And when they stand, oh, it's just a beautiful thing to watch. So I'll be doing a process video on that as well as putting it in my traveler's notebook. So again, what prompted this video was the Standing with Courage, Our Daily Bread devotional, and it speaks of a pastor in Germany during the Nazi era who at one point he was anti-Semitic but repented and started serving the Lord, and he refused to be intimidated by the German um, regime, I guess would say. And what inspired me was the fact that years later, after surviving um, the whole German Nazi era, he was in his 80s and someone noticed him and they said, "Wow, he's 80 years old. He's in his 80s. How come he looks so young?" And they said he stayed young, quote unquote. He stayed young because he is unafraid. He refused to back down from the German regime, and it just caused him to stand tall and stand with courage, so much so that he looked young. So that inspired me, and so I wanted to use giraffe to represent standing tall and standing with courage. And I found some facts about the a giraffe. One thing, of course, he's the tallest animal in the world, he or she. And then second of all, his or her neck stretches in submission. When he or she is in submission, his neck stretches and it raises its nose in the air. And that reminded me of seeking the Lord, looking above the earth and looking into the heavens for God, for strength, for courage. And so also when he's angry, he or she is angry, they lower their necks in a horizontal form. And that reminded me of walking in the flesh, that when I walk in the flesh, I am acting earthly and sensual and doing the things of the world that is inspired by Satan. So I need to stand tall with courage, with my head high, and walk in submission to my Holy Father. And lastly, most of their time they spend standing up, whether it's sleeping or giving birth, which makes me to remember or reminds me to always be on guard. And we are to always put on the whole armor of God so that we can withstand the wiles of the devil. So it just reminded me that I'm always supposed to be standing strong, rooted and grounded in his word. And that's basically it. So again, I've done this verse before, so I won't go into it, but the people were afraid during this time in Deuteronomy, and they were encouraged to be strong and courageous and do not be afraid because God is with them. And that's the one thing that we always have to remember when we are going through something, that the Lord is with us. He promised that he would never leave us nor forsake us. So if we hold on to his promises and know that he's a very present help in a time of trouble, we can stand tall and courageous in a world that is full of bullyings. The government bullies, children are being bullied, people are being bullied, homeless people are being bullied, different racial groups are being targeted, different even religious groups, even though they may not be Christian, they're still targeted because of their faith and their belief. And in America, we have the freedom of speech and freedom of religion and those things like that. So we have to stand up and protect those who are defenseless against tyrants and people who are hateful. So I just pray that the Lord would give me courage and wisdom to know when to speak up and when not to speak, and to be unafraid. And even if my voice trembles, to speak with power and conviction. So thank you for watching, and remember, if I can Bible journal, so can you. And I hope you are blessed by the process of this video. And if you put in Sherry 15 in at the Print, Pray, and Slay shop, you will get 15% off. Okay? Thank you for watching and take care. For those of you who may be new to my channel, this is my traveler's notebook. It's something that I made where I keep writings and sayings and different small devotionals on things that I struggle with, namely with like fear or courage and things like that. And I keep it in this traveler's notebook as a reminder to me to stand strong, to keep my fears before the Lord so that He can strengthen me in them. And so what I'm doing right now is I'm taking the devotional from Our Daily Bread. I made a copy of it and put it on cardstock, a cream colored cardstock that matches the page in the traveler's notebook. And I'm just decorating the page, and I'm adding a little some of the elements that were left over from the Print, Pray, and Slay kit, as well as my little shiny giraffe that I got in a when I did the Bible collab from Sonia. And I decided to put it there, and I can write my reflection notes. And this traveler's notebook, along with my mini Bibles, just served as just reminders, small reminders of my faith, things that like I said, things that I struggle with, namely in this traveler's notebook. And it just, when I read it, I get so encouraged to just be emboldened, and in my confidence in the Lord just get strengthened. So that's why I decided to put it in this particular Bible. And I'm also using some stickers from Samantha. She's over at Gloria Expressed. Her Bible, her YouTube channel, not her Bible channel, her YouTube channel. And so I'm just writing my reflective thoughts and reminders to me to be courageous and to trust the Lord. Thank you for watching.